Look at that manky! Take back the ganky.
Hey, what's going on guys? Jolts here, back with another video, and today we're going to be going over Crit Cannon Zane. As you might have seen from the intro, this build hits like a brick. Basically, this is a Mantis cannon build, as well as using the Unforgiven for awesome crit damage. Anyways, if you do want to download the save for yourself, I will link it in the description, and that save is going to be in PC format, so the save will only work on PC. Alright, let's go ahead and jump into the build. So the build is actually pretty straightforward and pretty easy to put together, and you pretty much only need a few things. Starting off, we have the Unforgiven, and now the Unforgiven is used as a weapon with the build, and also the massive crit damage it has also applies to Mantis Cannon too. So if you hold this gun and hit a critical hit, you're going to one-shot a lot of things in the game. Really good weapon. Now you might have saw I was using a little bit of terror in the build, and it's not required. Pretty much the face puncher is just for delivering the groundbreaker guardian rank skill, because some enemies are really hard to hit critical hits on, such as, flying enemies, so we just waste them with the face puncher. We have the execute, and this is only for debuffing your bosses. On average, 2 or 3 chucks are enough to one-shot most bosses in the game. A plumage for rocket jumping around, you don't need it, but because the build focuses on the Unforgiven and Mantis Cannon, I wanted to fill this slot with something. If you really want to, you can put on some Plague Bearers for second wins. Now we have the Frozen Snowshoe with the action skill Start Anoint. You can use the Snowshoe or the Frozen Heart, it doesn't really matter. Because this is a crit based build, you gotta hit critical hits, and with enemies moving around, it's really hard to hit them. So when you activate your Mantis Cannon, you can freeze them and go for easy critical hits. For the class mod, the Executor. That's right, not a Seeing Dead build. All we care about is borrowed time on this, and also the kill skill crit damage. When you get a kill, you get 75% bonus crit damage. What's really cool is if you're spec'd into Seeing Red, if you activate that skill, it counts as a kill and activates this class mod. For the passives, believe it or not, the crit damage you get on it actually applies to the Mantis Cannon. So the Jacob's crit and weapon crit damage will apply to it too. Mantis Cannon is action skill damage too, so if you boost that, you're going to get even more out of it. But I do want to point out it is not splash damage. If you boost splash damage in any way, it will not affect Mantis Cannon. For the grenade, use whatever you want because we're not going to be using them. Now, because I am using Terror, I do get the 30% damage bonus from this on my Mantis Cannon, so I do get a little bit out of this annoying. I promise you it's not needed, so don't worry about it. For the artifact, a Deathless. Not many annoyance actually apply to Mantis Cannon, so we're going to be using URAD. If you're not familiar, URAD is the wall below 50% HP, you get 150% radiation damage, and that applies to all your damage including action skill damage. So our Mantis Cannon will get the 150% radiation damage boost. Now if you're going for perfection, you do want to go for the Icebreaker so you can freeze your enemies and get the bonus damage. And if you're lucky and get a double roll on radiation damage for your passives, you can get a little more out of that. I know it does seem very specific, but you don't need all that stuff. All that really matters is that you have a Deathless and the URAD Anoint on your Unforgiven. The Conductor will give you bonus shock damage for anything, including your Mantis Cannon. Now the reason why we do have this is for enemies that you cannot crit. If you cannot crit the enemy, the Executor is useless. So pop on the Conductor to get a little more shock damage on your Mantis Cannon. There is one more thing here, and that is the version 0.m. It does have the action skill Start Anoint, so when you activate your Mantis Cannon, you're going to get a circle under your feet. When you stand in that circle, you get 50% bonus damage on anything. That means you can get 50% bonus damage on your Mantis Cannon. Now for mobbing, this thing is complete overkill, so I pretty much only use this for bossing. Alright, that's it for the gear, so let's go ahead and cover the skill tree. For the purple tree, we have Mantis Cannon, the Cold Shoulder, and Proliferation. With Cold Shoulder, our Mantis Cannon will do cryo damage, and because we're using the URAD Anoint, that means we also get our radiation damage too. With the cryo radiation combo, we can take out most health bars in the game. Proliferation will give you 2 more charges and more damage depending on how many charges you have left. For the first skill, we have Mana Focus. When you activate an action skill, you get accuracy and handling. This can stack 10 times. With the Unforgiven, you do want to be accurate, so this does help. Headsman's Hand. When you get a kill, you get bonus crit damage, and it will stack twice. Commitment. When you get a kill, you get bonus gun damage and cooldown. That is really nice for Mantis Cannon and your Unforgiven. The Art of War. When you activate your action skill, your next shot will get bonus damage, and this can stack 10 times. Nice for the Unforgiven. Sheer Will. You get way better action skill cooldown rate, but if you do hit a crit, you get even more. Also, it does stack. Only 2 points in Eraser to move down the tree because, for whatever reason, Jacob's Ricochets do not get this skill. It breaks my heart, but yeah, it doesn't get the skill. Now, this skill is really good with the right setup, but I will be covering that in a different video. Finally, our man Flint. When you aim down sight, you get bonus damage. Now, I do want to say it goes for the Unforgiven and not for the Mantis Cannon. Alright, a new thing I'm doing with my build videos is covering why I didn't take these skills. So first off, terrible healing. This, we don't need it, our reload's going to be really good, and our ammo count's going to be fine. We don't need accuracy and handling here, we already have it covered here. Running and shooting, you can't be very accurate, I wouldn't bother. And reload speed fire rate, you don't need it for the Unforgiven because it already kills in one shot, and it already reloads really fast. Okay, now for Blue Tree, the Death Follows Close and Seeing Red are supposed to be swapped, but for some reason we haven't got the update yet on PC. Either way, you're still grabbing both skills, so it's still going to be the same for the build. So we have Violent Speed. When you get a kill, you get bonus movement speed. Cold Bore, you can swap your weapon a lot faster, and it gets bonus cryo damage. That's going to be really good for the Unforgiven. Violent Momentum, the faster you move, the more gun damage you get. Cool Hand, when you get a kill, you get bonus reload speed. Death Follows Close, your kill skills get bonus effects and duration. Playing Dirty, when you get a kill, you have a chance for an extra projectile for your next 5 shots. Good Misfortune, when you get a kill, you get more action skill duration. And finally, Seeing Red. When you activate your action skill, you're going to activate all of your kill skills. Zane has a lot of kill skills, so you're going to be activating a lot of bonus damage. Now for these skills we didn't take, we're not doing Drone, we don't need that. We're not healing because we're doing Deathless. And the fire rate doesn't really matter on the Unforgiven. You shoot once and the enemy's going to die. Now for Green Tree, and again, PC has not got the update for the swapping of these skills here, so Confident Competence is going to be the new capstone, and Distributed Denial is going to be right here, and at that point, you don't want this skill. Go ahead and take that point out of there and put it into something like, probably Playing Dirty to get more out of your Unforgiven, but first off, we have our Barrier because we are going to be doing Deathless, and we don't want to die. Then we have Charge Relay, which you only get for the first time when you throw down a barrier and run through it, and then finally All-Rounder, so your shield is a dome. Again, we're doing Deathless, we don't want to die. For the first skill, we have Ready for Action. That will increase your shield recharge rate and reduce the delay. And then we have Brain Freeze, so if you crit the enemy, we have a chance to freeze them. Again, Confident Competence will be a capstone once they update, so you're not going to have that at all. But all we care about is getting our dome. We don't want to die. As for the skills we didn't take, these are all pretty bad. As for the Orange Tree, we have nothing. Alright, let's go ahead and show off the build. Because we're not using the Seeing Dead, we have to rely on Good Misfortune to keep our stuff up, so we throw that down. We're going to activate our Seeing Red skill, and look at all the kill skills we have below our bar. And you can see there, as long as I'm shooting the Mantis cannon, my barrier is never going to run out. That means we're going to be really safe while doing Deathless. One more thing I want to point out is you technically boost your Mantis cannon damage with the barrier, but only when it's on the floor. So if it's on the floor and you shoot through it, that will get bonus damage. But if you pick it up, for some reason the Mantis cannon is a little too far out the barrier and doesn't get the amp damage. It is a bummer. Alright, so we're on Mayhem 11, let's go ahead and go for the crit. So we didn't get it there, we froze him though. Now we can easily finish off with the Unforgiven. So basically it's a lot of back and forth, so freeze him, crit kill, stack overkill with the Guardian Rank perk, go for a crit, and pretty much things are going to die in one shot. It is pretty awesome. Crit that guy, freeze, and hopefully have better aim than what I'm doing now. That is pretty much it for the build. It is very straightforward, a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and take on a boss. Time for Tron, and now he does resist cryo, so what we're going to do is put on the 0.M, there we go, and swap the cryo over to this instead. And that's going to give you extra charges if you get a crit kill. So what we're going to do is get our barrier up, and we're going to stand in the circle, go for the crit, one shot kill. Yeah, it is literally that easy. Oh, look at that. We got one. Now for Grave Ward, we're going to go back to Cryo because Shotgun Flesh, not good at all. Do that. And let's go ahead and get a few of these going off because he does have a lot of HP, so we do want to go for a few debuffs. Yeah, that should be good. You don't need too much. And a crit. There you go. 2-shot kill. Not too bad. Anyways, I think that's going to be it for the build video. So like I said before, if you do want to download it for yourself, I will link it in the description. And again, that save is going to be in PC format. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and of course, if you did, then please be sure to leave a like because that would be awesome. And if you guys really enjoyed it, be sure to sub. You guys have a great day, and I will see you all later. Peace out.